Right. 5 October 2024. And I would like to apologize for yesterday. We did not manage to go live because of a copyright issue. So we had a copyright issue with our show. So it was unfortunately removed, unfortunately. And that won't happen again. We'll sort it out so that we don't have those kind of mistakes. And today I want to take you through very quickly what is going to be happening. Today is a very important day. This is our first by-elections that are going to take place after a long time. So we've got by-elections like I showed you last week. We've got by-elections in Binga and umZingwane. So that is going to happen today. So you can see that Chamisa is fielding candidates for the first time, and he is fielding them under this blue color here. And that is the umZingwane candidate who I showed you this week. And he is going to be called, he's called Sabelo Ndlovu. Sabelo Ndlovu represents Nelson Chamisa and his party. That is the party with the blue. And in Binga, they are represented by David Shampini at Manjolo, Binga Ward 7. So that is, you can see the colors. It's blue and they're independent. So these are independent candidates, which means Chamisa is still working on the actual name or platform on which he's going to be contesting in future elections. This is very important. So these are the two candidates that are being presented by Nelson Chamisa, and these are the colors. So why this is important is because strategically, Nelson Chamisa is adopting the grassroots first strategy. So grassroots first strategy is where he goes to the bottom, to the ground, and he talks to people in the local communities instead of the top-down strategy where people are following a leader at the top. So I think he wants to create a strong base before launching whatever he's launching and under whatever name it is going to be called. So you're seeing here a new strategy by Nelson Chamisa, and whether it works or not, that will determine what Chamisa does next. And that blue color there is very significant. You're going to see that blue color playing a major role in Chamisa's future elections. The good thing about what Chamisa is doing is you can easily just move away from that blue color because he's not said anything. He has not put himself on it. It's us who know that this is Chamisa, but he has not said anything. So let's say someone wants to come and say, I'm taking the blue color. Chamisa will just go to a pink color and then nothing will happen. So he can easily move from whatever. He has realized that these guys are coming after his brains. So I think this is a very strong strategy, and you're going to see it being applied effectively. What I know is that these two guys, we should watch them very carefully. Tomorrow at this time, I'll be able to let you know if they've won the elections or not. We also have the big problem of a split vote that is likely to take place because we've got Chamisa's people and then we've got Watchman Nube's people under the CCC, under yellow. Some people are going to mistake that yellow as Chamisa's party. But I hope that this works, this strategy of the blue. So let's see how it goes. And the by-elections themselves, they're like this. So this is the actual by-elections document from ZEC. And you see that there's going to be a number of polling stations. That is Binga Rural District Council and umZingwane Rural District Council. And this is, I'm going to put this on Gambakwe so that you can see it. This is today's by-elections, 5 October. We've been waiting for this date for a very long time. And Nelson Chamisa is going to get his first test of popularity in terms of elections. So we want Nelson Chamisa to be able to get back all his MPs, councillors, and senators. And let's see if he manages to do so. Amazing time. I like this. Elections change everything. If you win, you do well. If you lose, you don't do well. That is how it is, and simple as that. Then another news item which I want to cover here is Tshinga Dube. As I said, this was the last picture of Tshinga Dube ever taken in public. And Tshinga Dube, at this event, at the burial of, I think it was Maketi Ndebele or one of the war veterans, it was at this burial that Tshinga Dube expressed his concern about the ED 2030 strategy or ED 2030 slogans, and say that they are going to go and ask Mnangagwa what's happening with that ED 2030. So this was the very last time that he appeared in public 3 weeks ago. And as I said, there are suspicions that he was poisoned. However, many people don't know Tshinga Dube. Tshinga Dube did very well. Financially, my understanding is that he was doing very well. He was not one of the struggling war veterans. In fact, one of his sons owned Sakunda, according to my understanding. Sakunda, that big company that Tagure has got, I understand that he was connected to the founding of that company. So this guy was doing very well. He was driving around in a Jaguar. So he was not a poor guy. And that is why he could afford to go to Mater Dei Hospital and get treatment. So this is not a poor guy who died. He did very, very well for himself and his family. And he was very influential in whatever he was doing. So let's see what happens now that they've declared him a national hero. He's going to be buried sometime next week at the National Heroes Acre. You're going to see a lot. We are anticipating that these next 4 weeks, up to the end of October, are going to be defining. You're going to see a lot happening in these next 4 weeks. I expect a number of people to drop from both sides or both factions. People are going to drop and somebody is going to die. You're going to see it. And it is necessary in ZANU-PF. You never get power transferring without someone dropping or someone using guns. So it always happens that way. And Opam Chinguri visited the family of Tshinga Dube, Keno Tshinga Dube over there. She is the one who announced that he's been declared a national hero. So let's see what happens next week. We'll be carrying this story almost on a daily basis. And I have got an important announcement that I'm going to be making. We are going to be doing something amazing this month. You're going to see it. It's going to be amazing. Then let's go to the EOB Bank robbery in Bulawayo. So this is the EOB Bank branch in Bulawayo here. And it has been revealed that 6 armed robbers were involved in this robbery. 5 of them wearing masks. 1 of them was not wearing a mask. And over $4 million in cash was stolen here after the security guard was overpowered. And currently investigations are taking place. The police have confirmed that the robbers have not been caught. No one has been killed. So those robbers that I showed you are not the ones from this particular robbery. So those ones were killed from a past robbery. And members of the staff have been questioned. Safeguard security guards have been questioned. And people who sell around this area have been questioned. The number plate used during this robbery, or in the car which was used during this robbery, a pickup truck, has been traced to a local doctor in Bulawayo. So a local doctor owned the car, the number plate which was affixed on that car, but the actual car itself was not the one which had that number plate. So I don't think there'll be a robber who is stupid enough to put the same number plate as the one that they actually own. So unfortunately for the police, they will have to find out how was that number plate stolen. And that is where you need those CCTV cameras. Maybe they'll find out who stole it or the number plate, and then eventually find out how this all went down. But it was clearly planned. And normally I say, when you see a robbery where no one is killed, there is someone very skilled behind the scenes, a mastermind, who gave an instruction which no one must be killed. And those people who normally do that are people with no fear, people that understand how to execute a mission. I always tell you that when you see someone being killed in a robbery, an amateur is involved. However, a robbery where no one dies, there is a serious mastermind behind that robbery. Someone that is a strategist, someone who sits high up and they know that if I do this, a person will do this. And if I do this, I'll go here and I go there. And he's planned the whole thing from beginning to end. So this is a serious strategist behind this robbery. Then obviously, Oxley Mnangagwa, he gave a speech yesterday. It's some seminar or the other. I'll try to find that video for you. I think Oxley has eventually accepted that she will not be, or her kids will not be president. So let's see how that goes. She is now involved a lot more in the gastronomy. Although myself, I'll never eat Oxley's food, never. Then Gideon Gono is in court. Gideon Gono has his case dismissed against Clark and Beverly Aisha Makoni. This is over a lodge called Valley Lodge. The case comes all the way back from 2009. It has been going on after Gono accused Clark and Beverly Aisha Makoni of stealing his business. So this is Clark Makoni here. And Gideon Gono says they changed the ownership of Valley Lodge into their own name. However, the court has dismissed the case. The reason why they dismissed the case is because Gideon Gono took the case to two different judges. So it was being tried in one court and another. And Clark Makoni was saying this is politically motivated. Gideon Gono is just doing crazy stuff and getting him arrested using his political connections. That means Anamnangabwa, they were helping Gideon Gono. And then obviously the judge said it's not possible for a court case to be before two courts at the same time. Hence, it was dismissed, which is, I think, the right judgment by the courts. Then Mnangagwa was at Chinhoyi University of Technology, and you can see Vice Chancellor Professor David Simbi on the left with Mnangagwa over there. This is one university that I think is underperforming. The Chinhoyi University of Technology is underperforming. So let me tell you something about universities in Zimbabwe. Universities in Zimbabwe are crazy. They produce so many graduates, but these graduates have got nothing to do afterwards. Most of them don't have a skill which they can apply. What I like about Chinhoyi University of Technology is their hospitality school, but they have not really, the students from this university have not played a big part in developing tourism in Zimbabwe. There is a massive gap in Zimbabwe tourism. Even though we're not talking about the infrastructure is bad, the actual students coming out of these universities are not able to do a lot. They are not leaders in tourism. And also, if you look at the other branches of Chinhoyi University of Technology, there's no niche to say these guys have done this kind of impact. And this is what the challenge for this university, the Chinhoyi University of Technology, to develop a niche. Let me tell you, when I talk of a niche, what we're talking about. The University of Zimbabwe is known for lawyers. They produce the best lawyers. They're also known for business leaders. So the University of Zimbabwe, if you go all over Europe, you'll find that the University of Zimbabwe is done very, very well. There's no university that I know that has produced so many business executives and leaders like the University of Zimbabwe. This is well known. Just have to type on LinkedIn and you see what I'm talking about. If you go to NAST, the NAST is known for the IT professionals. If you come to South Africa, there is barely a company that will not find a NAST graduate. South Africa, banking, if we say every NAST student get out of NAST, of companies in South Africa, companies would close. NAST is doing very, very well in terms of their technology, especially in IT. the banking sector in South Africa is dependent on NAST. So there is no niche for CUT. That is the challenge for Professor Simbi, David Simbi, to create a niche for their students. What are they known for? And that is very, very important. Currently, education 5.0 is just a statement by Namnangabwa. It makes no sense. And it's clear to me that this is very important. It needs to be developed. And also the location of Chino University of Technology in Mashonaland, I think Mashonaland West, they need to make a big difference over there. So that is from this graduation, more than 3,500 graduates, I think. What do we do with all these kids who are bringing out? MSU, 3,000, NAST, 3,000, UZ, 3,000, CUT, 3,000. What do you do with the 20,000 graduates in every year? A very important challenge. We just don't want these youngsters to go over there and live in those nice buildings that Mnangagwa showed yesterday. I'll show you that building that they presented yesterday, the student accommodation. That's not enough. You need to do more. And that is where we need a new leadership, people who understand what needs to be done. Madara, Mnangagwa, Ana, Tshinga, they're going, these guys. We need new people taking up leadership. In 5 years' time, none of the guys that you know are going to be there. They'll be out of this political space, and Obam Chinguri, they'll be gone. And it is a challenge for us to make sure that our country works. So these are the kind of things that I'm talking about. We need to think deeply about how we develop our country. And we cannot just continue on this route. We need a new approach. And that new approach needs to be enforced. Madara Abudi is and Mnangagwa. They think they own this thing. Mnangagwa has been in government for over 40 years. And he is bringing along all his people that he's been with over those 40 people, or 40 years. And the time for change is now. You need a new, fresh approach. Zimbabwe is the only country geographically which can become a first world country in Southern Africa because of the way that Zimbabwe is shaped and the way that everything is together. It's mineral dense. The country is developed in such a way that it's in a straight line. Everything is one line. And if you put a train station, high-speed rail in Gweru, you'll be in every place within 2 hours. This is the only country in Africa with that shape. Zimbabwe is unique, and it's just poor management by Mnangagwa and his people that is making our country not succeed. The country can do so well and so quickly. The value that a tourist can get in Zimbabwe is unmatched. If someone was to fly into Zimbabwe and the infrastructure is in place and the high-speed rail is in place, it is the best country ever. You cannot imagine the value and the future prospects of our country. It's amazing. So as I said, I've got a big announcement to make, and I'm just waiting for certain things to be in place. Guys, what you're going to see, Pambirap, you've never seen it before. And I'm going to be taking you to certain places that you've never been before. Then I think everyone who has assisted us to get where we're going now. It's going to be amazing. And I would like to thank all the guys who call me here to give me encouragement. We've been going now for 14 years, at least 14 years. And I've lost my channel 3 times and started from scratch. And we've managed to get where we're going. And we're going to the next stage now. And that next stage is 2025. We're going to be focusing on high-speed rail and providing internet throughout the Zimbabwe rural areas. It's going to be very big. And most of the people don't see it now, but you're going to be seeing it. Then I want to just quickly show you what's happening in Zambia. And I'll develop this story as it comes through. Zambia and Kenya are having a fight over flights. So I just received this and I'm going to put it on Gambakwe. This is Zambia retaliating against Kenya because Kenya is refusing to let them fly their big plane into Kenya. So I'm going to put this on Gambakwe and I will develop it as I get more details, I have not had time to apply my mind on what is happening between Kenya and Zambia, but I'll put this on Gambakwe. So tonight, we want to look at what would have happened with the by-elections. Obviously, the results are very slow, but tomorrow morning, I'll have the results for you. Nelson Chamisa facing a very strong test of strategy. What is it that Nelson Chamisa is planning? Is it going to work? And he has been on the ground. Guys have been on the ground here. MP Dubeko has been in Binga ever since his release. And here in umZingwane, the guys have been on the ground. But there's this issue of the split of the vote. There's a potential big split of the vote with Welshman Numes Party having fielded candidates also in these areas. And then ZANU-PF at the same time. So let's see if people come out and how it will work out. So very important week, but today, very important for those by-elections. I would like to thank all of you for watching. And let's look at the comments here very quickly. Mzingwane Gono says, C2 has tried on the field of agriculture, doing artificial insemination and feed supplement, maybe poor funding. Yes, so this is what I call low tech. Mzingwane Gono, let's agree. With artificial insemination and feed supplement, those are low tech. I went to Mzingwane High School, and next to Mzingwane High School, there is a college called Esigodini Agricultural College, the biggest agricultural college in Southern Africa for a long time. It's a government institution. And what this means is CUT is trying to do what Esigodini Agricultural College is doing, or Gwewi, or whatever, those things. That's not what a CUT should be doing. We need this CUT to produce something that we can say tangibly, this is what they do. Like UZ, I said to you, UZ produces lawyers, UZ produces business leaders, NAS produces IT professionals. MSU, you know what they produce. And then someone must be specific, right? I've had universities here where we employ people. Gambakwe is employed many graduates. I worked with many graduates. And I can tell you which university is wasting people's time right now. When you look at the media schools, I can tell you which media school is not able to produce quality. So CUT, I'm challenging them to develop their niche, to develop their strategy. What is it that they should be known for? I know their hotel school is good, but then what happens downstream after the kids get out? That's where I want to deal with. Hanzina Pokelo, Muriku Badarwanani. Guys, did Pokelo talk about me? I don't know nothing. I don't know anything about Pokelo. Let me look at Pokelo, Instagram.com. I don't follow Pokelo. I was talking about it because it's Mnangagwa involved. So the reason why I produced that story is because it has something to do with Mnangagwa. I don't care about Pokelo at all. Like, she is no one to me. Like, I don't watch these girls. Okay, I don't see where she said it. Please, if you see, you have a link of where Pokelo responded to that story, let me know, because I don't actually talk about a person like her. The only reason why I talked about this story is because Emerson Jr. was involved. So I don't like slay queens. Okay, I like I don't like slay queens in that way, like to follow them around. So guys, if you saw anything that Pokelo said about me, send it to me on my WhatsApp here. Send me that link or that statement. I didn't see it. But I've got people in everyone's house. I've got people in Nangaba's house. I've got people in Strive's house. I've got people, like, I literally know what they ate that day if I wanted to. Then let's see at Mkoma Spencer. Good morning, Gambakwe. Thank you for the transformative ideas, innovative infrastructure. Thank you very much, Mkoma Spencer. But we're not going to end it there. 2025, you're going to see something big. We are going to make this happen. And I'll be part of it. I'd like to thank you, Mkoma Hashpapi, and everyone else for everything. And then who is Pokelo? we were big five here. Pokelo, yes. Pokelo is very interesting. Eh? She got herself into a marriage with Mnangagwa's son. That's amazing. And you need to be a brave guy to date girls like Pokelo. If you see rich guys, they don't have what I call this. They don't think who was here before. They are confident. That is how you know someone is rich and wealthy. When they go for a woman, they are going themselves. They don't care whether she had got a tap on in public or whatever. They are confident enough when they go there, they will dominate her, and everyone else won't matter. A guy who is poor, he's gonna want to know who was your boyfriend before, how long did you date, where did you go, and that won't work because Maslay Queen, every hotel you Harare, they will have slept there. Like they will literally tell you presidential suit rainbow holiday in. So they know everything. But the guys who date those girls don't care. In South Africa here, there is a group of girls that are dated by all the rich guys. So one rich guy dates them for a few months, and then another one goes, and it's a circle. And they don't care. In Zimbabwe, it's the same. There are certain girls that are dated by all the guys, and they don't care. So I would like to thank all of you for all your support. I'll be back here tonight, 10 minutes past 9. We're going to go into a new format slightly later on this month because there's something big happening, and I'll let you know about it. But masascatile planet now. So we'll talk about it at the end. Later on, I'll let you know much closer to the time what we're doing. We have to keep some stuff secret so that stop it. So I'd like to thank all of you, and I'll see you together again in the evening. Thank you very much, and